Greetings, Earthlings. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing so well today. It is, it's September 5th. I don't know where I was going with that. We're going on 8 days now, where it's like over 100 degrees. It's like 105, 106 right now. And it's not letting up anytime soon. They say we haven't even reached the peak yet. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. Hi, I'm Zac. I'm a clairvoyant psychic, and I share my gift to bring out the best in yours. In this video, it is a little bit different. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I'm an Andromedan Starseed, and I felt really inspired today to shake things up and to channel a message from what feels like my home, my star nation, the Andromedan Galaxy. There are 4 piles to choose between, and before you do, make sure you make an effort to ground your energy, because when you ground your energy, it gives us the best chance to link up in time and space so that I can pull forward the most useful information. So you can turn the lights down low. I like to light a couple candles. You could take a couple deep breaths. That'll look a little different for everyone, but once your energy is grounded, choose between the piles intuitively, and I will meet you at your reading. Hello, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading. Everyone who chose this card or this crystal, I hope you guys are doing so well today. Looking forward to doing this reading a little bit differently. I'm actually going to split the deck whenever I feel like it's good, and I'm going to channel the entire half that I feel like is meant for you guys. So let's move this crystal out of the way, and your card is the sign of Cancer, or the doula. I'm just going to read these. Feeling sympathetic, comforting, nostalgic, protective, intuitive, birthing, tender, nocturnal, caring, moody, receptive, lunar, sentimental, introverted, defensive, family-oriented. This is a little bit of an experiment, I will admit, Pile 1. Excited to try something new, but also I have the microphone out of my way. It's just been in my way lately, so if the sound is not there, go ahead, turn it up. I'll try to boost the audio as much as I can before I export this, but again, I don't project my voice anymore. Okay, so let's go ahead and just continue shuffling. Guys, I am in no rush. I know you're kind of here to receive your messages, but, just allow me a couple more moments to connect with you. Maybe set an intention that the messages that come through are exactly what you're meant to hear at this time. So I'm getting this idea of birthing something, bringing something into being. And for others of you, it's just having a lot of options and deciding what you want to bring into life right now. Yeah, it feels like the energy of creation itself, birthing, gestation period, all of that. I feel like we're calling attention to the world you're dreaming into being. And I sense that you guys are right now in a great energetic space, okay? Very, very fulfilled at this time, especially if you're wishing, right? Look at all this idea right here that has everything to do with wishing or making a wish. So it feels like your wish for the future, your wish for what the world should look like, That's something that we're calling a lot of attention to. And we want to make sure that you're able to make a decision at this time and make sure that you're not holding on to who you used to be in the past, because I'm getting the idea that you're a lot more clear, or the path that you want to walk down is a lot more clear than it ever has been before. I'm getting the idea that you're sensing your divine purpose, and you're getting just a lot of clarity about the action you need to take in this lifetime to bring what it is you're trying to birth into being with that Cancer card. Now, the double emphasis on the 9, and now I see the 10 of Cups. Okay, the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles. Right now, we really want to focus on your value, your individual value. We're drawing attention right now to this concept that you can't fill someone's glass until your cup is overflowing. And I feel like in our society, we really value this idea of just giving, but that's not going to help us anymore. And it's not going to bring a peaceful, harmonious planet into being, because it needs to have this understanding and development of an understanding that our value as a unique, magnificent soul with lots of talent — everyone comes on this planet with talent — our ability to fulfill our greatest sense of self. So understanding exactly who you are and developing your uniqueness, developing your magnificence, developing your talent is the gift for humanity. The gift isn't selfishness. It is the idea, again, that's coming back about you can't fill someone else's cup until yours is overflowing. We don't want the cup just to be full because it takes from you, okay? We need the individual to have full self-autonomy, self-awareness, fully have grasped your sense of purpose, individuality, your unique talents and abilities. That is what makes someone who is capable of sharing your wealth of talent, your wealth of self-awareness, your creative abilities, your magnificence, your genius. There's this, woven throughout our entire culture, I feel like across the world, it's capitalism, right? And so we've been for the longest time taking a little bit of talent and trying to turn a profit. That just creates less and less and less over time. A while ago, long time ago, the people who published books were very well educated. The people who published books knew a lot. And those were the exact people who should be publishing books. But now there are a bunch of young, naive, ignorant people who publish books. And it's because they're driven because of the sake of capitalism. They're trying to turn a profit. And I'm not trying to say that, we don't need money. We absolutely need money. But it's not necessarily money for the sake of money. We need money for freedom. And your personal freedom right now is what's being addressed right now. So it feels like pile 1 is in an area of their life where they have a great deal of personal freedom and can, as a result, begin to share their genius and talent. Or it is quite the opposite. It is a double-edged sword, as I can see. You guys lack self-autonomy, lack personal freedom, need to refill your creative well so that you can have the strength that you can draw upon without feeling like it depletes your reserves. We want to make sure that there's less of this idea of just turning a profit from a very small idea. We need this to have genius in it, and genius requires a lot of dedication, hard work, and it requires you cultivating a talent that you have and perceiving what your unique talent is. It is the ability and the necessity to pull yourself away from what you think the world needs, from what you feel inspired by for the sake of making a living, based on your money. We need to be choosing something that is unique to our soul. There's a heavy emphasis here on the uniqueness of your individual spark of creativity, your unique spark of consciousness. If you could choose a path, knew that it would be supported, where would you go? That is the invitation for pile 1. I'm sensing this idea of a little bit being stuck in a stalemate, okay? And sometimes this is necessary in order to bridge the gap between ignorance and consciousness. I feel like there's something that we need to get to the bottom of. For some of you, it's simply a perspective shift that's going to free you. This is a message that's coming through from the Andromedan galaxy. I think that you're moving through a period of healing right now. I think that some of you used to suffer from self-sabotage, and you were someone who was a little bit persuaded by smaller things in life, going after shiny objects. Again, I'm not trying to say that you do this and I don't. It's just the energy that I'm picking up on. I don't want anyone to feel attacked. The very best thing that I could possibly do is perform as a mirror, and a mirror just shows you things as they are. So please don't think that because I say something that you are or that I feel in your energy, it is saying that I am not that. That's something that's coming through. I don't mean to be anything above or below anyone here. I'm just showing you what I'm seeing in a reflection. A little bit of healing, something from the past, but this card also reminds me that we need to let go of the baggage in order to celebrate victory, and especially victory when it comes to our finances. I'm getting the idea that you guys are on the brink or are currently embarking down a path that has everything to do with legacy, your career in this lifetime. But first, there is this moment of getting out of your mind, or at the very least, recognizing that there are perhaps self-limiting beliefs that we need to very much leave behind, because in the past, we have been a victim of self-sabotage, and our thoughts create our reality. And so if we just continue to perpetuate the same cycle of thoughts in our minds, we can't hope to experience anything else or anything new. And there is a strong invitation here to make sure that we can sort out what is not working for us, whether that is a person, whether that is a relationship to work, whether that is a relationship to how you think of yourself. We want to remind you, desperately want to remind you of your uniqueness. Everyone has genius inside them, and everyone is supposed to express this amount of genius. I feel like if you are drawn to my channel, I don't know that you are human. I think that you are probably a starseed to some degree. That is just the strong feeling that I'm getting. So removing these self-limiting beliefs, becoming closer to ourselves and closer on our path to what we came here to do and what we came to provide for other people in this lifetime, you're having a little bit of luck on your side as a result. And this Ace of Pentacles is a blessing. I think it's a financial blessing, as long as you can remove these mental debris, these things that are clouding your vision and making you second guess your purpose in life. I think that your true, genuine talent and genius is being revealed. And I'm hearing that some of you have two talents, and some of you are just juggling things in your life. And if you have two big urges or calling, I sense that some of you have large urges and callings, and you're trying to figure out where you want to go in the world and what you want to bring in next. What I'm hearing is to identify the one single one that feels the most unique to you, the one that gets you the most excited. I know that if you are trying to bring in something new, trying to birth something, you've given this a lot of thought and attention. Continue to do this process of distilling or refinement to try to winnow this down to one thing. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't pick up hobbies and drop your hobbies. It's not necessarily that. It's just to make sure that you can focus the energy that you need in order to bring this all of the way through, in order to birth whatever this is, in order to bring into existence whatever we seem to be commenting on. There needs to be a focus on energy. So choose something that you're very passionate about with a lot of zeal, because when you can put passion behind this project, it's going to help you reveal the genius that lies hidden beneath at this time. You're in a moment of your life where you're trying to figure out where you're going next, and I want you to take a risk if that feels like that's something that you're capable of doing. I just want you to be able to rise above the status quo. I sense that you guys have a certain level of magic to your being, or I think that you're destined to meet someone on your path who's going to inspire you down this road. I do see this emphasis on the pyramids here, so I would not be surprised if you guys have found yourself drawn to ancient Egypt or ancient times, and I think that this is further a confirmation that you are a starseed. And as a starseed, you came here to help uplift and level up humanity. I think this is something you're supposed to do because I view you guys as very just and wise, and I'm getting that this decision, this path that you're going down, try to find a good balance between logic and reason, okay? So listen to the mind, but also listen to the heart too. I'm also getting the idea that you are meant to be very successful in this lifetime. For some of you, this success has to do with things such as meditation or spirituality, getting the mind clear at this time. Some of you have a wealth of emotion and could be energy healers. There could also be a significant relationship in your future. This person is probably a Taurus or an earth sign, or has several earth signs in their placement. The Ace of Pentacles is a reminder that as you walk down this path, you must feel worthy of love. You must feel like you are HBIC, the it girl. Every individual is supposed to feel this way. Every individual has their own claim to fame. Just because you walk down a spiritual path does not mean that you're meant to be poor. If you're following the inclination of your heart and your spirit, and you are truly doing so, you know that you're in alignment and you are just bursting with creative ideas, feeling very inspired to do what you're doing, you're on the right path. Continue to be creative. That doesn't mean that there aren't going to be some upsets or competition on the way. That's just life. We live in a world of duality. That is the reality of being on Earth on this time. So try not to get bogged down by the 3D and let things that seem like competition or things that seem like they're trying your strength, let those be things that motivate you, because the light and the dark are equally valuable. There is a reminder to pick your head up from time to time and not to lose yourself in work, to take your work very seriously, but not to take yourself seriously. I'm getting the idea right now that we want you to just be careful with your finances and hold your finances close to you. Hold this talent close to you as you're building it. It's perhaps best to keep this one in the dark. There's something along the lines of making sure that we're not overspending at this time. I'm getting this idea of learning about your spending and the relationship between cause and effect and give and take, and making sure that you're generous, expressing generosity with the universe, but with yourself. This is pivotal. This is going to change your perception about money, and it's going to help you be able to bring in more money. I'm getting that there are significant ideas about how to increase your finances coming to you. These could be happening in your dreams. Whatever it is, we want to make sure that you're just not overspending at this time. We want to create a good balance between give and take, because it feels like there's some lesson to be learned right now by holding on to what you make and finding value in the time you put in. I'm getting the idea of learning that it's not all about spending, right? That money is a resource, it's renewable, and that we don't want to exhaust that, but at the same time, we shouldn't give it too much value, right? Because money essentially gives us freedom. And I think that this is perhaps that perception that you're recognizing at this time. Again, there is an invitation right now to keep your mind clear, to balance logic and reason. So tune into the heart. I see you guys with your heads above the clouds, and I think that the more that you can remain neutrally buoyant, the more that you're going to be connected to your higher self, and the more that you're connected to your higher self, you're going to be able to download little thoughts, little ideas that are going to help you feel creatively inspired, or that are going to be able to help you flesh out this genius of yours. Some of you feel like it's been a long time since you've had love. Some of you feel like you've been kissing a lot of frogs. Some of you have your edges worn a little bit from relationships. But if you truly desire romance, it's really important not to hold on to those judgments, because experience is the reality. Judgment is what we make as a result of what we've experienced and seen. And so there is this need to refresh our experiences so that we can refresh our judgment. Because again, if we hold on to the judgment, right back to the beginning of your reading, that's a self-limiting belief, because it's not the reality of what happened. It is not the real experience. And perhaps you were just in a mindset that day that warped the judgment. And so this could be preventing you from ever walking towards what you experienced again, for fear that you're going to relapse, for fear that you're going to have the same experience. But you must be able to take a risk. You must be able to take a leap of faith, and you must be willing to re-experience this. For some of you, it's love. For some of you, you just had to kiss a lot of frogs in order to recognize what you want to experience in life. I think in the past, it was someone who was very passionate, romantic. You're curious more about someone who's mature, evolved. I see that there is a relationship in your life coming in the near future. You definitely have a soulmate contract. I'm getting the idea that you leaving behind fleeting romances, fleeting love, commitment is very important to you in this lifetime. I think it's karmic in nature. I think you're supposed to remain with a partner for quite a while in this lifetime, and to learn about ups and downs and learn how to celebrate each other's differences and to not judge each other. We can't any one of us be everything we need for another individual. That just is not, it's just not realistic. In your future, I see a great deal of inspiration, and I want to remind you to let your path be guided by your creative talent and abilities, your willpower, inspiration, drive, something that genuinely affects you, something that's very authentic, something that reveals this hidden power within, something that allows yourself to feel like you're on center stage, to make you feel like you truly are magical. Rather, it is a reminder that you are magical. I do get the idea that you guys are starseeds. Many of you are. Many of you have many creative talents and abilities. We just need to remember this to some degree. Some of us just need activation. Some of us need more sunlight. Some of us need to be in a better, bigger vibration in order to connect with more alien races. It's really important to keep our vibration high at this time. The higher your vibration, the easier it is for you to be able to communicate with your higher self, with your spiritual team. We all have a spiritual team. You guys came here with an incredible gift, an incredible talent. It's empathy in nature, something to do with water. Water is your element. Creativity, psychic ability, sensing. You guys are empaths. You guys are highly sensitives. This is your greatest gift. This is what you're going to be recognized for in this lifetime. I love how full circle this is. This is your last card, this Page of Cups. This Empress, the doula. I'm getting the idea that you're getting close. Some of you have it in your hands and are healers. You're getting very close to your unique gift. The angels on this incredible chalice are reminders of individuality, of uniqueness, but also infinity. You're going to live many lives and go on forever. The invitation is to have confidence to be exactly what you want in this lifetime, regardless of any limitations that have ever been imposed upon you before this time. It's really important to recognize that when we grow up, we slowly evolve away from what we were when we originally incarnated. That's because our parents shape us, the world shapes us, and this is not intentionally, though there are definitely aspects to the world that are in place meant to keep you in the dark. Because if every individual were to recognize how magnificent they are, and were able to recognize that they are a unique spark of consciousness, that every single person has genius, the world would be a very different place. And that's what we came here to do, to remind other people about this. You have an incredible gift. Some of you, it's healing. Some of you are amazing healers. It's just, this looks so different. The path hasn't been laid out for you, but there's an invitation here to not take the road traveled on, to take your own path, to let it be inspired by love, by something genuine, something you really wish to experience in this lifetime. I'm hearing that this lifetime, this one, you chose in this lifetime to get it right. To allow yourself to be led by passion, to not fear anything. I'm sensing the idea that you guys have been through some ups and downs in your life, but not to focus on the downs, because that creates your reality. I'm getting the idea of find some area in your life, perhaps that's love. Let's work with love. Perhaps it is love and romance and relationships. Try instead to focus on the ones that looked good or the aspects of the relationships that were good. And then allow your mind to wander to what you want to experience next. The Page of Cups says to expect the unexpected, and that's a really incredible vibration. There is the emphasis on up-leveling the vibration. The water, the horizon line is set at infinity. You're going to experience lifetimes forever. And so instead of living life's cycles, lifetimes that are dull or boring or just getting by, have the courage and the faith, this is difficult, have the courage and the faith to take a risk. And it's only a risk if you lack a certain amount of faith. Go after what you genuinely want. If you could put yourself in a box and remove everything that you've ever known, any influence ever, any expectations of the world, anyone you've ever met, pretend you just incarnated here, and you had unlimited resources. Convince yourself that you're fully supported. Where would you go and what would you experience? For some of you, I'm hearing the why is very important, but do not get caught up on the how. The how is the universe's job. We are infinite creators and we will go on for infinity, and you have access to intelligent infinity, which makes us the most powerful entities in the entire universe. The humans, the future of humans, are the most powerful because we have emotions, and emotions bring desires into reality. I do believe that this is all for your reading, and I want to thank everyone who is able to make this happen. Channeling this information from the Andromedan Galaxy. If you've made it this far into the video, you can give me a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, whether that's day or night, stay divine. Hello, Pile 2. I hope you guys are doing so well today. This reading is going to be a bit different than usual. This is your transmission coming from all of the way out in the Andromedan Galaxy. So this is something I haven't revealed on this channel. I strongly believe that I am an Andromedan Starseed, and I felt like connecting to my star nation today. And what I'm going to do is shuffle the deck till it feels good, till I feel like I've connected with the majority of you. I'm going to split the deck and then channel the entire half that I decide to keep. But before we do that, let's move your crystal off camera and figure out what your card is. Love it. Love it. Pisces. The Mystic. Very curious. I'm going to read what it says. Imaginative, compassionate, healing, empathetic, mystical. I also heard mythical, adoring, magical, allowing, dreamy, ephemeral? Okay. Enigmatic, spiritual, emotional, escapist, impractical, oceanic, self-pity, illogical. Alrighty, so just give me a couple more moments. We'll get started here. Perhaps just set the intention that what comes through is meant just for you. It gives you the guidance that you need in whatever area of your life happens to be. Just give me a few more seconds. I Can't rush at you guys. That's one thing I can't do. Actually, now it feels very good. I just want to point out real quick, I've never seen it before. There's a white feather on this card. So I think perhaps white feathers are significant to you guys. And if you've been looking to receive a sign from your guides or the universe, and that sign is a white feather, I feel like I needed to point that out to you guys. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually use this deck. That's what I feel like. So, something to do with mysticism, something to do with a new idea. You guys are getting a new idea or feeling very inspired about anything that has to do with anything mythical, mystical. There's an air of magic that's in your reading. And I feel like magic is the way to get out of your head right now. I think that you guys are learning that magic is real and that we live in a universe that is truly infinite. And we're breaking down old thought patterns, old self-limiting beliefs that really held us back in some degree. It feels like we're more capable to move freely. I think that you guys came and incarnated on Earth to be a breath of fresh air. I think there's just been this period of just like everything felt stifled, things felt boring, perhaps you felt bored, and I'm getting a huge energetic shift, and it's going to require you to make a decision very shortly to pursue something, to go down this path, to pursue this new inkling, to pursue ideas of magic. There is some calling of yours that has, sparked your curiosity lately. You'll recognize what this is because it makes you feel very uplifted, okay? I'm also getting that occultism is something that you could build a career or a spiritual path after, okay? There are strong ideas here that relate to pursuing magic or mysticism, spirituality as a career, and helping other people recognize the shadows within themselves and loving the light and the dark equally. I'm getting the idea that you guys are freeing yourself from some self-limiting belief. I think you're freeing yourself from the system at large. Something has happened where it's changed your mind and it's changed your outlook on the world. And your world is never going to be the same because those tiny concepts, your mind has grown beyond them. And as a result, you're going to be able to draw into your web a lot more experiences. Some of you, there's something that's holding you back and it feels like a relationship. It feels like an ex that needs to be released. I'm also getting that this feels like growing pains and some things have to go in order to bring something more in. I'm getting the idea that you're letting go of this reality that seemed dark and without vibrancy, without color. Things just seemed like you had to do it because that's the way it had to be done, and life sucks and then you die. That is the worst, gross form of words I could ever come up with for you guys, because the reality couldn't be further from that. The reality is we are humans in this lifetime, in this incarnation, and in the future we are going to be the most powerful race in the entire universe. And it is because not only do we possess spiritual gifts, but we possess emotions. Emotions are the most powerful. I know that you guys know this from working with manifestation. If you can put an emotion behind your intention, that's the magic that calls it into being, and you guys are recognizing this. I'm getting the idea that if you are about to make a leap of faith, that's supported right now. The universe right now wants to support you traveling in this direction, traveling in the direction of the unknown. Some of you are leaving behind a heartbreak, okay? Some of you are divorcing someone, getting out of a relationship that felt karmic in nature so that you can be free. Freedom is very important to pile 2. I'm getting the idea to take the road less traveled on, to make sure that your path is one that you choose and that it is not something that has been set down before you if that is not something that relates to you. I'm getting the idea that you feel the infinite nature of the reality. This is an energy that is becoming known to you. Perhaps this is still nebulous. Perhaps you still don't quite know what mysteries are out there, but that's the most interesting thing right now. feels like everything you've experienced thus far in lifetime, you're looking at it as if it's the tip of the iceberg, and there's so much more. There's so much more that there are infinite possibilities. Many things are opening up for you right now if you just take the advice of following this fool who says that the only way to know life is to experience it. Life is like a box of chocolates. There are definitely ups and downs that you're going to experience, but don't let any judgment from any single experience hold you back. Judgment is not reality. The experience itself is reality. The judgment you prescribe to what you experienced is something that is intangible, and that needs to be stripped away from time to time. And that means having repeated exposure to things that perhaps once scared you off, but that was when you were in a different vibration. Your vibration is rising. Recognize that what you're building in your life right now, the path you want to go down, it's going to take time, and patience is the reward of patience. There might be setbacks, okay? And it feels like you're up against the world. Recognize that it is not your job to do everything on earth. It is not your job to be everything for everyone. It is only your job to fulfill yourself. This is not selfishness. This has been something that has been perverted in mankind because the individual who recognizes their uniqueness, their magnificence, and their talent is the individual who is a gift to the community. This is no longer the idea. This is not an idea that is going to help humanity anymore. The idea that we need to be selfless and need to give. That is a wrong, perverted idea. The church, religion has perverted that idea. What is needed in this time is for every individual to become aware of their authenticity as a unique spark of consciousness. You came here with an incredible gift that needs to be revealed, and it is through dedication and hard work that is going to bring this to light. Again, you are not something of service to other people. Yourself, your uniqueness, your genius is a gift itself. So let your path be guided by your creative talents, your drive, your passions that feel very authentic to you. Don't let your path be guided by anything else. Some of you feel drawn towards a spiritual path, and that would be profoundly supported in this lifetime to see 3 angels pop up. I'm taking this world card as an angel. Some of you have careers as healers. Some of you have careers as helping the people dying on the planet transition into the afterlife. Some of you are mediums as well. Some of you go between worlds. Some of you are clairvoyant. These are spiritual gifts that I see in pile 2, the Pisces, the mystic. You guys came here with mystic gifts, spiritual gifts. And I think that you're at a crossroads in your life, and you need to recognize that you're being called to go somewhere else. You're being called to go and follow your unique talent, your creative ability. You have something incredible to show this world. It's been hidden right now. It's been hidden because there are other things that needed to happen. An awakening needed to happen. And I'm getting that in order to bring this secret talent of yours, in order to reveal the genius hidden beneath, in order to know what path you wish to walk down next, a period of meditation is necessary. I'm getting that your guides communicate with you when your vibration is high enough for them to reach you easily. We need you to get your heads above the clouds, above the confusion. So it's super necessary in your life right now to sit a beat, to pull back from everything in order to get quiet so that you can ask the proper question. The more precise the inquiry, the more compassionate the judgment. Getting the idea that you feel tossed between money or something you genuinely want to go after. And that's totally fine. Recognize that if you want to walk towards this new gift of yours, if you want to develop this spiritual gift, if you do feel a calling for shamanism, spiritualist, psychic advisor, Reiki, a seer, if you feel like you're a medium, recognize that that is a period of learning, and anything that you've done until now was necessary ballast in your life in order to continue to do bigger and better things in the future. Don't feel like you're running out of time. You're not. You're absolutely not. You needed to be exactly where you are and to experience everything you had until this point because it's doing something for your journey ahead. You can't know everything right now at this time. You can't possibly see everything. So just be able to take everything you've learned so far and use that as a wealth of experience to draw upon, and don't let that hold you back. Don't let that be something that discourages you. Don't allow any experience that you've judged as negative hold you back, because some of those judgments aren't yours. Some of those judgments are your parents who grew up in scarcity mindset or have poverty mindset or don't know about how magical and how infinite the universe is. Allow yourself to create your own set of experience and your own judgment system as you move forward. I'm getting the idea that there is love in your relation or love in your future. These are your last cards from this half of the deck. There is a significant relationship in your future, one that is very passionate, very romantic. Some of you need to go through and kiss a couple frogs in order to get there. But what I'm hearing is that once you heal your career and finances and talents, all of which you are supposed to experience in this lifetime, you're supposed to be very wealthy in this lifetime. And as long as you're choosing the path that has to do with, your uniqueness, something that you knew you used to do as a child before you had to go off into the world and get a job and make money. I'm getting the idea that you're recognizing that money equals freedom, and money is a renewable resource. There are negative people in the world who have money, and there are very positive people in the world who have money, and you can be whichever one of those you want to be. But don't let concepts about money hold you back, and don't think that just because you pursue your spiritual gift that you're going to be poor. Remember, what you think you create. So if you want to experience wealth in your creative talent and ability, you're going to experience that just as long as you hold on to that idea. If you're someone who hasn't experienced a lot of love in this lifetime, it's necessary to remove the past, all those frogs, all those negative experiences in the past. If you want a long-lasting relationship, that desire is genuine. You most likely have a soulmate in this lifetime. Any desire you have is your higher self encouraging you to walk towards it. And I want you to walk towards it with faith as well. I also want to pick up on a little bit of this romance that I see that's coming through in the end of your reading. I didn't do this in the other pile, but it feels like we're reaching the end of your channeled message. So what I'm going to do is just continue this. You deserve love. You are lovable. That is what the Ace of Cups says. Okay, that is the literal message of the Ace of Cups. If you are someone who has not experienced love, or you're someone who has kissed a lot of frogs, it's really important to recognize that you are just weeding through all of those people in order to get a better understanding about what you actually wish to experience. Who is this Knight of Cups? Finances and career are a factor in your love life right now. And the Ace, Nine of Wands, deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. I'm getting the idea that there are options in love going on right now, but we really want you to focus on yourself. We need your cup overflowing. We do not want you to give to other people your time, your love, your energy until your cup is overflowing, not filled to the brim, because as soon as you give, it takes from your well. We want you, your soul, to be able to have this way of being such that your cup is always overflowing. So you always have this idea of abundance or a perception of abundance until that is your reality. I'm getting that you guys have a wealth of psychic ability as well. And you get your messages delivered to you in the dreams or through bird symbolism. We want to make sure right now that if you truly desire love, if you want a new relationship, you need to focus on your career and your finances, because that's going to create someone who is self-autonomous. And again, is that idea that in order to step into the greatest role, your highest life purpose in this lifetime is to be someone who is self-autonomous, who has self-autonomy. We need you to be able to have your cup overflowing, because that's when you function the best. All right, so that is the message that I'm getting. Again, this is coming all the way from the Andromedan galaxy, and I hope that this message really resonated with you, Pile 2, and I want to thank you so much for being here. If you liked this reading, or if you've made it this far into the video, you can give me a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here, and no matter where you are in the world, whether that's day or night, until next time, stay divine. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. I hope you guys are doing so well today. I'm going to channel a message for you from the Andromedan Galaxy, my star nation. I do believe I am an Andromedan Starseed. Hey, if you are too, you should leave a comment below. That would be very cool. There are not very many of us. So what I'm going to do is connect with you guys as best as I can. I'm going to shuffle the deck, split it in half, and channel your message. Before we do that, you guys chose the gorgeous lapis lazuli, the same as my ring. I'm going to just set that off camera and see what your card is. Oh, wow. Oh, I love this, you guys. The numinous mystery. Let me just read these for you real quick. The unknown, the unknowable, ESP, psychic abilities, the cosmos, universal truth, oneness, source, the unnameable, shadow work, inner knowing, tingling, ghosts, other world, space, enigma, the occult, and intuition. So it feels as though you guys need or would benefit from a little bit of magic and mystery at this time in your life. God, this deck is popping cards left and right. So, I just got the, poverty consciousness card. So, that's just a message for someone there. Hey, get out of your head. Recognize that there are infinite possibilities. We've just been programmed to think that we have to go through life from A to B, and that's just not it. That's not the reality. So let me just, take a couple seconds. I'm going to connect with your energy. We're going to channel your message. I already feel my solar plexus lighting up. So here's this. What don't I need? That. Okay, your message is a bit longer then. So here we go. Don't be afraid of competition, okay? As in your life, all right? Don't be afraid of gossip, naysayers, okay? Because what I sense is a future of stability, but I don't want us to get trapped there. I don't want us to get stuck in comfort, okay? Just because it prevents you and it kind of traps you in to not experiencing anything else because you're like, life's pretty good now. I don't feel like I really want to risk anything at this point in my life because I like where I am. Some of you have actually kind of entered this period of, I have arrived. I've gotten through the thick of it all. And now I'm in a period of letting go of the past so that I can bring in the harvest. I'm getting that new ideas, and this idea of newness itself would be super inspiring to you. And to remember that the universe has so many secrets that you couldn't even capture them all, couldn't even begin to capture them all in a single lifetime. And that shouldn't be something that discourages you. Rather, it encourages you to have the faith to go after anything you desire in this lifetime. I'm getting the idea that things perhaps could be slow moving in terms of career and finances, but recognize that the reward of patience is patience. And just because you can't see something doesn't mean it's not there. Okay? Just because you can't see something does not mean it's not there. There is so much unknown in this world. I'm thinking that there are religions that have perhaps held you back. I think that there are parents, society at large does a very good job of holding us back and making us believe that, real love is just for one in a few of us, or that magic or psychic ability is just one in a few of us. Rather, there are many of us who have psychic abilities. Many of us who are here to do unique individual things that are going to help awaken humanity and consciousness. Just remember that it is not your job to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. If you are a sensitive person, a highly sensitive person, you can pick up on people's energies, and it's important from time to time to let go of that burden that you sense, right? That burden that you feel on your shoulders, because there are many, many other psychics out there, many other individuals, creatives, artists, for some reason, like even LGBTQI plus individuals are on this earth right now to do incredible work just by being themselves. I see a significant choice, a choice absolutely that needs to be made in your life. I think that for some of you, it's a choice with a lover, a relationship to the self, desire. I'm getting the idea that you really want a long-lasting relationship in this lifetime. Some of you, this is a confirmation that you have that, but also that no single individual could ever possibly be everything for us. So recognize that you must rely on yourself first and foremost in order to feel satisfaction, in order to feel loved. There is this weighing, this choice, okay? I do see this emphasis on choice. I do get healing at this time. So perhaps right now, what is required is that we need to take a moment just to sort of pause, reflect, get a sense of where we're going. I do see the emphasis on a path here, going somewhere, going towards the path of self-realization. I'm getting the idea of beginning a cycle again that's going to bring you closer to a truth or help you complete a cycle so that your spiral can move forwards and on. I want this path to be guided by your creative talents and inspiration, your willpower and your drive. Allow all of these things to fuel you, but allow nothing from the past to prevent you. Don't allow any mental hurdles to prevent you from moving forward, because you are like a spark of sunshine to people who feel very grief-stricken. I really think that you're here to help shine a light on the reality of our emotions and our mind and how they can trap us in, but also can lead us to the greatest happiness. I'm getting an idea that you're in a period of life where you're almost waiting for the universe to make a move. That's probably not the best thing to be thinking about. The universe will always fuel you. It'll grease the wheels, but we need you as the mechanism itself to drive forward in order to bring new experiences for you. The universe, however, will always support those who are going after their genuine sense of purpose. So this is super important. Yeah, that card of poverty consciousness did come out. We need to make sure that we can ride past that. We need to leave this state of being and up level our energy. We want to make sure that you can bring your energy up out of the 3D, out of the mundane world, into 4D, into 5D consciousness. This is something that you are very, very capable of doing. We need to a little bit improve our ideas of self-worth. Some of us just need to jump in the sack with someone to get rid of someone from the past. However, I see a communication coming through, and I believe that this has something to do with your soul's highest purpose. I also get that you really are meant to lead a period of your life right now where you are alone, where you are the individual, because this is healing. It's going to reveal a talent of yours, has something to do with satisfaction, has everything to do with your life purpose, destiny, and karma right now. We want to make sure that you are able to find self-awareness. Look at all this incredible yellow. Self-awareness is your superpower. It is a superpower. I'm getting the idea that destiny, karma, the wheel of fortune is moving in your favor when we can start to pursue something about authenticity, when we can really be ourselves, when we can expose ourselves to the world, all of our parts, some of them that were ugly. Some of us need to talk about how we have grown from nothing into what we have now, and sharing that story is something that humanity needs to hear. At this time, I sense that your grandmother in spirit is here as well, giving you encouragement for those of you who have a grandmother in spirit. I'm also getting that your guides communicate with you with lions and animal symbolism. I'm also getting that some of you have a animal spirit guide that is a white lion. I also feel that in order to uplift yourself out of poverty consciousness or lack scarcity mindset or ideas of self-worth, you need to hold within your vessel the vibration of joy or happiness. And it doesn't have to be something you're experiencing right now. Reflect on a time where you felt very bright, where you felt very successful. Hold in your body that vibration, because I think we're holding too many negative vibrations associated with money and finances or career or our ideas of self-worth, the physical body, our health. If we're not in our prime state of health, we're not able to fully actualize our capabilities as a human. And in this lifetime, you are to be human. Humans are the most powerful beings in the future. And it is because they have a wealth of emotion as well as spiritual talents and abilities. And there are no other entities in the world that have both access to emotion and access to spiritual gifts and consciousness. I'm getting the idea to raise your vibration by communicating to your spirit guides, but also holding within your own vessel the idea of love. And that's going to help bring you out from a past that just felt grief-stricken, and arguments. Let go of anything associated with guilt, okay? Because you have grown far beyond that. You can rely on your friends at this lifetime. You are, in fact, a powerful manifester who is supposed to experience a great deal of wealth and success in this lifetime. I'm just getting the idea that things are on pause right now until you can cultivate this magic within you. You guys have incredible magic. I think you need to study the law of the universe, law of one. I think that you could study tarot. I think that you could study the law of assumption, the law of attraction, and work with magic, because this Wheel of Fortune is a circle. It is a drawn circle in which the magician uses all of the corners of the earth, but also all of the elements of the world to help facilitate their manifestation, because I sense that you guys have incredible spiritual gifts, and we're meant to reveal those at now in your lifetime, because there's something that's incredibly important that you came here to do, or you came here to share, because each one of us has a unique ability. Each one of us has genius, and sometimes the world just gets us really bogged down. I sense that there is a relationship in your life that made you feel less than who you are. This message from the Andromedan galaxy is a reminder of how incredible you are. You have lifetimes of experiences. Don't let this lifetime hold you down as if it's the only thing you have to draw upon. Your well runs much deeper than that. You can draw upon a wealth of experiences, perhaps even the Akashic record, but at least a wealth of experiences from all the lifetimes you have ever lived. Right now, try to hold on to your money, okay? But also don't let the idea of lack or scarcity cramp you from experiencing things. I want you to let go of the past as well. There's a strong idea of spirituality or a spiritual figure coming into your life to help guide you out of the past, because you're holding on to negativity and anxieties and fears that have been imposed upon you by the system at large, the world at large. It does a really good job of holding us back, but talking about the world, we're here for a period of expansion, okay? We want to make sure that you can identify something very large in this lifetime. You're here in this lifetime to succeed. I'm hearing that you chose in this lifetime to reveal your spiritual gift to people. It's something that it's something you're supposed to make a lot of money after in this lifetime, okay? Or at least build your entire career, your entire legacy. Has to do with a unique talent and ability of yours, a creative passion of yours, something that you're intrinsically incredible at. You might just be studying it at this time. This might be something that's very nebulous, but you have this calling, this desire to learn more, and we want you to pursue this desire because, again, you came here with something that is incredible. I'm getting the idea that speaking your truth is very important at this time as well, and recognizing that it's important from time to time to get quiet in the mind, that you can rise above any sort of confusion that are surrounding you. That could be people, self-limiting beliefs, just, the pace, the race, the bent of life itself. Getting quiet helps you connect with your higher self to receive the messages you need to in order to move forward in your life. I want you to allow your talent for careful work to unfold without needing to impress that upon anyone else. I just want you to show up day in and day out to do what you came here to do, to reveal that people with utter self-confidence, not needing to question whether or not you're right or wrong, or you're attracting the right people, or if it's something for everyone. Recognize that your abilities are incredible. You have an incredible ability. Every single person does. That is why I know that you do. I am not a unique individual. I have many talents and abilities, as do you. You have something that is supposed to make you a lot of money in this lifetime. It could be singing, it could be songwriting, it could be creative writing. It has something to do with these because you have a very, very valuable set of experiences that you can draw upon. Some of you need to write about them, some of you need to share them, and some of you need to experience different worlds and cultures to reawaken these past lives that you've had. I think that traveling to distant places that you've never been are going to be super helpful for you, especially anything that just is surrounded by mystery, the occult, the unknown. Travel to places like Machu Picchu or the Great Pyramids, or research them, read about them, expose yourself to films about them. This is going to awaken something in you. There's something that is under the surface that is just brimming with potential. This is pile 3. This is all that I'm seeing for pile 3. And I really hope that you enjoyed your message. And if you did, or if you've made it this far into the video, you can give me a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day or night or wherever you are in the world. Until next time, stay divine. Hello, Pile 4. Welcome to your reading, everyone who chose this card or the Rainbow Fluorite. So this reading, you guys, as you can see already, is going to be very different. What I'm doing is channeling a message all the way from the Andromedan galaxy because I am an Andromedan Starseed, and I felt very inspired today to bring a message to you from what feels to me like home or my star nation. So what I'm going to do is shuffle the cards until this deck, until it feels like I've connected with you. I'm going to split the deck and then use half to channel your message. But before we do that, let's take a look at what your card is. The 10th house, reputation. Oh, curious. Okay, so let me just read these real quick for you. Career, responsibilities, achievement, competence, fame, notoriety, standing, authority figures, legacy, purpose, pinnacle, the patriarchy, and empire. Ooh, I just heard that your biggest career success or fame has yet been revealed to you, so that's very fun. Okay, so let's begin. This is for pile 4. I'm going to take what we don't need. Ooh, yours is a longer message. No big deal. Oh, wow. You're meant to experience a lot in this lifetime, okay? If you were thinking that you're just meant to experience, either family success, like, a happy, loving relationship, or career success, that is not the case. You're meant to experience everything above and beyond. I'm hearing you chose this lifetime to cultivate and bring out your hidden talent because you incarnated, with massive, incredible gifts and talents and abilities. And you're here to spark the consciousness of humanity and to bring us out of the dark. Wow, we're starting your reading off with a bang. But I feel like there is a little bit of this choice element right now, kind of needing to have the conviction to walk down this path, to walk down towards the future you desire for yourself, utilizing that creative gift that you have. It's going to look different for each and every one of us. You have a particularly valuable chalice, so your vessel, your ability to relay human emotion, to express emotion through art is one of your most incredible talents and abilities. If you feel like expressing your emotion through art is not something that you incarnated with, that is not the case. You definitely have an artistic ability. You're definitely here to share something. It's just art to you might take on a slightly different form or medium. Recognize that poetry is as much of an art form as ceramics, though they are far different from each other. So walk towards this future, okay? I'm getting the idea of healing a little bit of the mind and becoming on better terms with your intuition. Following your intuition without spending too much time hemming and hawing is really going to lead you towards self-awareness and self-autonomy, which is what we need in order to be of service to humanity at this time. Recognize that fulfilling the self is the only way for you to be useful in this lifetime. Selfless acts is actually a common misconception that has been perverted through religion. It is not you giving selflessly to others. That is just emptying your well. You're exposed to experience vast abundance, vast wealth, and success and happiness, emotional satisfaction in this lifetime, but you've been held back by certain beliefs about how to make money and how money comes into existence and what vibration that is, the vibration of money, the vibration of give and take. Recognize that you can only be of service when your cup is overflowing, okay? It is not the idea that you give selflessly to others that is of a generous spirit. Your gift to the community, to the universe, to humanity at this time is if you can recognize your magnificence, your uniqueness, your talent, bring that talent on center stage, that is a gift to humanity. You being the most authentic version of yourself, you having all of your needs met and able to thus give back to other people, that is when you should be concerned about giving to humanity and being of service to humanity too. So expect the unexpected. Expect some shifts moving forward in your life, especially after a period of rest and getting clear your mind. I'm getting the idea that you need a little bit more rest at this time in your life because you're receiving light codes and activation, and as a result, your soul is becoming more crystalline. That takes a little bit of a toll on the 3D human vessel. That's just something we want you to become aware of. You're choosing a path in the future, okay? The reason for this blocked energy right now, the reason why things are moving slowly in your life or you haven't taken the initiative is you need to reach a new perspective, and it's perhaps the reason why you want to go down a path, not the how. Allow the universe to provide the how. It's always important to remove how from any equation. Your path should be guided by your creative inspiration, your talents, and your willpower. Choose the path. You hear this all the time. Choose the path that you would have chosen as a child, the one you would have embarked down as a child before limitations from the world really boxed your mind and shifted who you were. When you incarnated, you had a very good sense of what you wanted to do. As a child, depending on your childhood experiences, you had a very good idea about what you wanted to go after, and that had nothing to do with realistic expectations. For example, when I was little, I wanted to be an Olympic horseback rider. You know, my sister wanted to be a mermaid. She wanted to grow up to be a mermaid. I think that's beautiful, and that's kind of the energy that I want you guys to take advantage of. I see that there are lots of opportunities for you. I see that there are lots of creative talents and abilities of yours, and the wheel of karma shifts in your direction when you take action on one of them. This is going to bring you immense satisfaction, and it's going to help you finish a cycle of karma in this lifetime because you are supposed to be on center stage. You are supposed to reach the fullness, the peak of your expression in this existence. You chose this existence, this lifetime, to be able to showcase your gift, to be a gift to the community, to humanity, to the universe, to help Earth and the humans on Earth up level. I do believe that anyone attracted to my channel, the vast majority of you, 99.9% of you, are star seeds of some sort. I think that the path so far has definitely been, challenging. Definitely felt like at times up against all odds. Felt like you trust yourself, then you don't trust yourself. You trust yourself, then you don't trust yourself. But this is just part of the process. We live in a world of duality. We live in a world of black and white. And sometimes we're in the darkness. Sometimes we're in the light. And not everything can be revealed all at once. But right now, the sun is just cresting on the horizon. We're needing to let go of something. This is a mindset, a belief. You need to not idolize anyone, pile 4. No one. No incredible tarot reader, no incredible psychic, no incredible singer. Anything you feel envy of or jealous of or awe-inspired, go towards that. Run towards that, because that is your higher self guiding you to experience everything you wanted to out of this lifetime. You definitely volunteered to come into a very challenging environment, but this environment is not something that you're supposed to lack in. You're supposed to be very abundant and have all of your needs met. Have an incredible, incredible career success, but also family. The Queen of Pentacles talks about a wealth in the family side, but as well as the other aspect of the Pentacles, which is health and finances and career. You're supposed to have it all in this lifetime. Because you chose to. In this incarnation, you chose to experience a wealth of love and abundance, because by doing so and pursuing this, you're supposed to share that and to inspire other people. I'm getting the idea of love on the horizon. I do get love on the horizon, a passionate romance, or at least a rekindling of your passion. And I think for some of you, it is by visiting old books you used to read as children. I used to love this one book. I just kept seeing it. It kept coming to mind. It's called The Quest for the Faradon, and it's really mythical and mystical and mysterious and filled with all sorts of creepy, cool characters and mythology. I think revealing, or there are truths and secrets in past lives to remember by exposing yourself to ancient Egypt or Atlantis or, period pieces, period novels, romances, things of that nature. I'm also, though, I do get a big idea, and I don't want to stop the channel. I'm getting the idea of a strong, happy relationship in this lifetime, okay? This person could be an earth sign. Let that thought go, though. That's just for one of you. But I'm getting a strong relationship, and you're supposed to experience great success. You really are, okay? I mean, you have not only had this 10th house of reputation come out, but you also had the Queen and the King of Pentacles come out, okay? This is in your destiny, but there is a spiritual test, okay? There is a spiritual test that you must pass first, and it has to do with releasing the past and not bringing this with you. It's too heavy, but it also makes you feel less than you are, because you are nothing less than angelic in form. Humans are the most powerful creatures in the future. We are the only species that have emotions and spiritual gifts. We're the only species that have that. But this is a double-edged sword. It can really keep us trapped. We can wear our emotions like a cloak and be weighed down by sadness, grief, despair, loss, regret, guilt. God, those are all terrible emotions, and I'm not being heartless. I am being a clean, open channel by saying your higher self does not want you to hold on to those, because in this 3D world, you're losing perspective. You're losing perspective that you're going to go on forever and ever and ever. Remember why you came here. You are a gentle yet spiritual warrior, and you're supposed to go off into the world and have and experience a lot of success as well as love in this lifetime. You're getting clarity about where you want to receive recognition. You're putting down the burden. Oh my God, you guys have 3 aces. Shut up. And you're getting incredible luck if you can go down this path where you're trusting your heart. It all has to do with your heart. And this secret, it lies within. You can rely on your intuition. It is very strong in you, pile 4. All of the secrets lie within. The clarity lie within. The life purpose you seek, the love relationship you seek, it all lies within. Love must come for yourself first, okay? Hidden talent is revealed once you tune in with yourself. Clarity and action plans, they come when you choose the path. When you choose the path that has nothing to do with the imposed structure of the world, nothing to do with what the government says you should do, what your friends and family should do, recognize that they grew up with an oppressive mindset that was imposed on them from a period where there was war, endless war, and that trauma has been passed down for lifetimes. You're meant to break free of that, okay? You're meant to rise above that because you are a just individual. You are someone who has a passionate way of expressing the truth. You are dedicated to the truth, and you also have a grandmother in spirit who is saying hello to you, and to remember that you can draw upon inner beauty and a wealth of strength at this time. It isn't going to be easy always. Remember, we live in a world of duality. So if you feel like you are just not experiencing it, that this is dull, this is mundane, this is boring, you're very intelligent, recognize your intelligence, but use that intelligence for you, not against you. Don't keep spiraling those thoughts and feelings and emotions about it being mundane. It's going to trap you there. What you feel, what you think creates your reality. If you look right here, thinking about loss, thinking about things just being boring, very, very boring. Your attention is focused on it being boring when the universe is providing you a gift from the cloud. It's just outside of your perception. We need to be able to clear away these negative thoughts because, again, you are meant to experience great success. You have a legacy to leave behind in this lifetime. Some of you have an incredible story to tell, and you should write this story down, or just keep this in the back of your mind. Towards the end of your life, I want you to write down this incredible story that you've been on, this exploration that you've been on, because you were trapped in your mind. You thought that the world was left behind you. You felt behind all of your friends. That's the past. Let that go. Let the dead bury the dead and their addiction to the past and anything that was imposed upon them. Allow the mind to quiet. Allow this new dawn to rise for you, because the sun is rising. This chapter of your life where things felt dull, where you felt fatigued, it's leaving behind you. You are leaving it behind because you have hope for humanity. You are here to remind humanity where we come from. You are from the stars. You are a starseed, and you are a star. You are supposed to experience great success in this lifetime. Guys, you only have half the deck, you know. Yours is a little bit bigger than the other piles, but there's this other pile over here that I'm not touching. I'm just using the half that we have, okay? So keep a clear mind, because sometimes you really suffer from poverty consciousness, okay? And that holds you back. Beliefs from the past, low self-worth. That's because, like a giant cinder block, the world at large imposes this idea upon us that, you know, there's no magic. It only happens in fairy tales. True great love only happens once in a lifetime, or just to a select few of us. This is simply not the case. We are all of us have the most incredible gift to share. It's a matter of determination. It's definitely going to require some strengths of yours. For some of you, this is physical strength to get to where you want to be. Some of you are going to be able to heal bodily ailments that you've had for lifetimes. I sense that some of you struggle with your health, or some of you struggle with ailments, and you are getting much stronger. Strength and clarity come from believing in yourself, from letting go of the past, telling yourself a different story. The last message I have for you is a message in and of itself. It feels like it's from a spirit guide. There's a spirit guide that has yet another message we need to relay to you. And this is pretty cool. It's different than the other readings. I kind of just have to open another deck now. So the spirit guide for pile 4 right now, there's a message we need to communicate to pile 4. Oh, that's not it. Sorry guys, I don't like when the deck does that. It's also a little bit my fault for not being so tuned in, but this is my 4th one, so it does make me a little bit more fatigued. Perfect. Yes. Yeah, I love this. Okay, you came here because you have a legacy to leave behind. You came here to do something very, very important, and you're here to heal things from your ancestors because they couldn't get the job done for whatever reason. And I'm not throwing any shade on that whatsoever. They just simply couldn't do it, or they laid the foundation because, yep, you are the shining star. You are the star. You are the epitome. You are the crown of all of your ancestors. All of the work they've done before is leading up to this point. Some of you are healers. And some of you are simply healing a lot of family karma. You're here to allow your generation, your lineage to move forward. I just saw the clip of a tail or a dragon kind of going through the sky and just leaving this earth realm. So your incarnation doesn't have to visit Earth anymore. That's the message I'm getting for you guys. This was a really beautiful reading, and I really hope that you liked it. If you did, or if you've made it this far into the video, you can give me a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world, and until next time, stay divine.